Dinky-Doo, my hearties, and a very, very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, the first lord of the internet, hashtag FloatEye, and the world's top broadcaster, just popping up to say hi to every single one of you. So welcome to Scottie McClue Live. This is the big one, and we are chit-chatting. Come and join us, and of course, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that you can see Scottie McClue Live just for you saying Dinky-Doo. We've got some chat here, of course, so you can come on and make a comment as well. Always good to see you. And Dinky-Doo, I say to every single one of you, welcome to our Facebook stream. This is one that we used to do absolutely regularly. We'd pop up and say hi to everyone. And, of course, we've got so much to talk about and so little time to do it in. It's always the same, I say to you. But how lovely to have you with us, and a very, very warm welcome. Make sure, of course, that you're following me. Come and join us. Very, very important as well. And there's a whole number of pages. So you can check out all the pages. We've got Dinky-Doo, and we've got two at Scottie McClue. One is the page, and one is the regular feed. So that's always good as well. So we should actually be popping up on most of your pages. As I say, look upon this as something of an experiment, and that's always a good thing. We like that. So Dinky-Doo from me, Scottie McClue. Now then, let me know if you can hear me and see me. I think that's always quite important as well. Can you hear me and can you see me? And a big Dinky-Doo to every single one of you. How marvellous is that? Now, I've been posting lots and lots of great stuff. Dinky-Doo, if you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue, and we're live on the big one. Always good to have you with us, I say to you. Dinky-Doo, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Get the message out there. Have you ever seen some things when people come up live and they're like a rabbit caught in the headlamps, and they just sit there and they go, hi. No, I don't. No, Mary, no. And we don't know what they're talking about or what they've got in front of them. They don't even read out everyone's comments. Very, very strange. Zebedee has just joined us. Hi, Zebedee. How lovely to have you with us, and Dinky-Doo. Mark and Andy have joined us as well. Always lovely to have you with us. Welcome, I say. Wonderful stuff. Now, who have we got here? You're watching us on the stream. Make sure you can tell us if you can hear us all right. Right, Dinky-Doo, Scottie, Dinky-Doo, Roman. Hello, says Morty. Hello, Zebedee. You've got a gifter's badge. Notification, what are you doing giving me all these beautiful things? Thank you so much, Dinky-Doo, and welcome to the live. It's just so good to have everybody with us. I love it. Fantastic stuff. Hello. That's what we like. Fantastic. David's just joined us as well. Get the message out, guys, and let everybody know. And when you come on, of course, tell us where you're watching from. I think that's very important as well. There's Sandy. Dinky-Doo, Sandy Howden, lovely to have you with us. I'll say, I remember Scottie McClue on the radio. Funny AF. I thank you. Glasgow here, watching from Cumbria. Now, Louis, Cumbria's a very big place. So whereabouts roughly in Cumbria? Because I love every blade of grass in the place. It's just amazing, I say to you. Stumpy's just joined us. Great to have you with us, and a very warm welcome. Good evening, guys. Gives the patter, Scottie. Treacle, you know you always get the patter with Scottie McClue. I say to you, watching from Glasgow, I also remember you, El Dino. How lovely to have you with us, El Dino. You weren't the Mexican, were you, El Dino? How good is that? We love it. Who else have I got here? You sound like a host in the Ardgown House in Stilgate. Oh, there we are. What's the FloatEye? FloatEye is the first lord of the internet. Hashtag FloatEye, all in uppercase. Hello from Rothsay, Scottie. Emily, I was just thinking about Rothsay and wondering how's everyone doing there. Did you, have a terrible time with the storms? I haven't been in Rothsay for far too long. You used to just be able to pop over. It was no bother at all. Greetings frae Greenock. Doug, we love a Greenock. What a great place that is, I can't tell you. A ghost town, says Billy. I'm so sorry to hear that. Mind you, the winter, Rothsay could be quiet. Hello from Devon. We love Devon. Which part in Devon are you? Are you at Exeter or St. David's? Thoughts on the Gorbals? I think the Gorbals are amazing. And of course, the Citizens Theatre's just been revamped, hasn't it? How wonderful is that? Who's that in the photo? That's Lord Reith the Labrador and me, Scottie McClue. Is that not good for you? I tell you. Hello from Barnsley. We love Barnsley. I can tell you that. Lovely to have you with us in Barnsley. There you go. One of my favourite stamping grounds. There we go. Hello from Leeds. We love you in Leeds as well. Used to broadcast to Leeds every single night. So mate, I fell up the stairs and whacked my shins. I hate my life. They say never, ever, ever hate you or anything else. Hello from Torquay. Oh, lovely to hear with the palm trees. So there you are. I think we've got palm trees in Rothsay as well. Number 4, Dinky-Doo happening. Scottie, you haven't changed a day in 30 years. Sadly, I don't think I have. I thought I might be able to improve myself. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, says Angela. Angela, lovely to have you with us. Anna says from Perth. How's the meanness, Scottie? Well, Charlie, you know I would never know anything about meanness. There we are. But I know a lot about generosity and love and giving and all that sort of stuff. So there you are. I've just found out that I'm related to a Norman knight. Yes, you might well be, yes. Maybe you were in the Crusades or something like that. Hello from Finland. We love you in Finland. Have a good day, bro. You too, Adamus. Evening from Irvine. Oh, we like Irvine, I tell you. What's going on, Scottie? Oh, Long John. Where do I start with what's going on? I tell you, the Gorbals was flooded, Charlie. Very sorry to hear that. Hello from Germany, says Maximuch. Nicht der Deutsche sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer. Nicht verstehen. I'm in Irvine as well, says Jude. Jude, all the best people are in Irvine. I can tell you that. Hello from Glasgow. I used to listen to you in the 90s. I loved you. Cutting people off, says Chris. Chris, only the silly ones. Hello from the Crask Inn, the most remote inn in the British mainland in the Scottish Highlands. Where are you? And we'll give you a mention. Billy says, don't mention the war. Wow, amazing German skills, says Mickey B. Oh no, just a bit of general chit-chat. So there you go. No, well, I wouldn't give you a verdict on that, CB311. Hello from Oklahoma City in the USA. We love you in Oklahoma. And a big Dinky-Doo to you, I say to you. Chris Dinky-Doo as well. Guten Abend, Germany, says Charlie. Ja, Charlie. Ja, nicht Deutsche sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer. The Krasken at Learg in Sutherland. Am I right? Do you know, I was looking last night at the Kyle of Tongue. What about that? Do you know the Kyle of Tongue? I believe it's very, very beautiful. All the way up there, absolutely gorgeous. And you've got Lochinver. There we go. Yes, indeed. And I don't know CB311. We don't really mention individuals in general on here, I say to you. You should do the phone-ins again. They were superb, Scottie. Billy, you could actually phone me right now. There's the number. Where did I put the number for phoning in? I'm sure I've got it. Look. See that number there? 0141 Yes. 6, what have we got? 6289795. That's it there. 01416289795. If you were to ring that now, I would probably hear you. I think. I don't know. It's just a thought. I live in Kyle of Lochhalsh, says Robert. Aha! So you'll be able to see over to Kylachen. Wonderful stuff. We love it up there. Is that you in the pictures behind you, PC Plum? Hello, PC Plum. That's me in the pictures behind me. That was presented to me by the radio station. Isn't it lovely? And there's another one. I can show you another one. I'll just give you a quick look. See that one? That also was a present. Isn't that lovely? There we go. Very, very kind to Scottie McClue. There we are, the Kyle of Lochhalsh. Do you know, Robert, it's lovely to be able to talk here. Have you the Gaelic? Cabrahau, Achema, Falchi, Falchi, Ki, de Mille Falchi, Done. The platforms. Very nice pictures. Celtic or Rangers, says Fred and Ginger. Fred and Ginger, my best advice to you would be to go along and see them both play, you know, and make your mind up then who you want to support. How's your day been, says Le Loup de Mer. Le Loup de Mer. My day has been absolutely fantastique. I sure do, man. Have you sampled the pints in the Hacken? There we go. No, well, I'm off the sauce. I'll tell you. What radio station did you work with, says HR? I worked with 35 radio stations. McClue's show was so big we used to send it out to all the radio stations. So you'd get me on Scott FM, on Radio 4th, on Radio Clyde, on L107 Radio, on Talk 107 Radio, on Q96, 96.3 QFM. You'd get me on Red Rose Radio in Preston. You'd get me on Century Radio in Newcastle, Century Radio in the Midlands, Century Radio in the Northwest. You'd get me on Hallam FM Radio, on Radio City in Liverpool, on TFM in Middlesbrough, that sort of thing, I tell you. What was your favourite band when you were younger? Oh, I think Jimmy Shand. Jimmy Shand and his band. They were the big ones. And then the Beatles came along, of course, and the Stones. Yep, absolutely. Liverpool hated you, says Cormax. No, nobody's ever hated Scottie McClue. You obviously don't understand how it works. Liverpool adored Scottie McClue and even want him back to this day. Ochterarder, you mean, says Charlie. Ochterarder. I'm in Scottish Lowlands, Stranraer, but our wee village, just 3 miles from Stranraer, is Lochins. You're in a beautiful part of the world. Just gorgeous. So there we are. Are you going to get AC/DC? No, I'm not AC/DC, I tell you. They sent you death threats, says Cormax. Oh, yes, I mean, that was just silly people. You know, I mean, that's absolutely nothing. You've got to remember that happens all the time. So there we go. You've obviously never been on the radio, Cormax. Do you drive? Occasionally, yes, absolutely. So there we are. A Dinky-Doo. Elin. Where are you, Elin? I'm just trying to read the Gaelic there, Robert. I'll tell you. Tell me more. What's your opinions on Dumfries? I love Dumfries. I feel very, very sorry for Dumfries when it floods. You know, the White Sands and all that. Scotty, listen to you years ago. Are you actually from Maryhill? I lived in Maryhill for a long, long time at the end of Shakespeare Street. Favourite type of woodwork to decorate the house with, Scotty? Well, you see, a lot of very fine pine work is the Scottish thing. I love a bit of Jimmy Shand, great stuff. You did a duet with Phil Cunningham. Yes, lovely man, Phil Cunningham, and Jimmy, of course. And I remember Phil Cunningham saying to him, you know, it's been like a lifelong ambition. Could we play something together? And Jimmy goes, hey, what would you like? A big hello from the Isle of Bute. Dumfries House is part of Mount Stewart. Yes, it is, and I remember Johnny Dumfries, the racing driver, and his father was a lovely man, John Bute, as well. I remember John Bute coming into one of the television stations, and the receptionist, he said, good evening, I'm on the evening programme. And the receptionist said, yes, what's your name? And he went, John Bute. Mark was a Bute. And she said, all right, if you just have a seat. And she rang upstairs to the production office and said, that's Mr. Bute arrived. Opinions on Loch Gilpin. I love Loch Gilpin. We used to go to the pictures in Loch Gilpin when I stayed in Ardrishick. And we got a bus. The bus would come from the Stag Garage and would go to the pictures in Loch Gilpin. Then we'd go into the cafe in Loch Gilpin and we'd have ice cream floaters. You could choose things like ginger beer and ice cream, and then we'd come back to our Ardrishick and would pop into the Ritz and have another ice cream floater. How good is that, I tell you? So there we are. Loch Gilpin's a great centre, but I was sorry that they knocked down so much of Ardrishick because it was a great place. It still is a great place, and the people from Ardrishick and Loch Gilpin are second to none. So there you have it. My family were fisher folk from Ardrishick. There's only two of the original Beatles left. Yes, I can remember I shared an agent with George Best, and he was telling me a lovely story that he was in the flat with George one night, and the phone rang, and this voice said, speak to George, please. And he said, yeah, can I ask who's calling? And he went, Richard Starkey. And it was Ringo Starr. What about that? What's the funniest thing you remember about presenting on the radio? Well, I think I've told this before, but a guy phoned one night and I could hear him. And I said, are you smoking? And he went, yeah. I said, well, put it out if you're going to talk to me. What do you mean? I said, we're a no-smoking program. We don't smoke on here. You need to put it out. He goes, I've just sparked up. I said, well, do you want to make the call or do you want to put your fag out? It's up to you. I'll put it out. I'll put it out. So anyway, put it out. Then a guy phoned just after and went, Scotty, what are you all about? And I said, what do you mean? He said, that guy was in his house. I said, I know, but we're a no-smoking program. He goes, why? It was in his house. I said, I know, but people might be listening to the radio and maybe get bad chests. You see, and they went, oh, right enough. I love all that. It was just 3 hours of fun. Where do you live in Scotland, Scotty? We're in the West Coast. So there we are. Out of all the radio stations you were on, says Gordon, yes. Which one? All of them. Outstanding radio stations. I was so fortunate to work with these lovely people, I could tell you. My good lady wife used to live in Priest Hill, Scotty. Robert, I know where you are, not very far from Nitz Hill. That's the stuff. Hello, says Tanisha. Hello, Tanisha. What a beautiful name. Tanisha. There we go. Which was the best? I listened to you a long time ago. Why do you remind me of Alex Salmond a bit? You, sir, are a legend. Well, do you know, Ryan, I knew Alex Salmond. He used to come into the radio station, and he was a lovely, lovely guy. So clever, so brilliant, and took Scotland to within a hair breadth of survival. And then the Scots, of course, who might lose their pension. So they listened to all the lies that they'd been told by, who was it at the time that was in all the whoppers in Westminster at the time, just a lot of rubbish. And of course, they should just have gone for it, I tell you. And there's been mooting round about should Westminster sell Scotland to America. Now, the truth is, it's not Westminster's to sell. We might be in a union with Westminster, but, Scotland owns its own country. and we bring in about £75 billion a year, and we're given a little bit of it back as pocket money by Westminster. So when Westminster says it's giving Scotland money, it's just giving Scotland back a wee bit of its own money, right? So say we were going to sell Scotland to America. If our earnings are 75 billion, you could say, because it's a once in a lifetime sale, isn't it? Sounds like Alex saying, so once in a lifetime. But so once in a lifetime sale. So say we did 10 times earnings. Would you sell Scotland for 750 billion if America agreed to come in and give everybody jobs and start doing Scotland up, improving towns like Greenock, Paisley, Kilmarnock, cities like Perth, Glasgow, Stirling, Aberdeen, Inverness, all that sort of thing. Because there's so much could be done for Scotland, and we wouldn't need to put our hand in our pocket. It's ridiculous that Scots have to even pay for energy. We shouldn't have also taken down Long Annet. We could have mothballed it for a bit. I love the way you say Marquis of Bute. The Marquis of Bute, yes, lovely, lovely, lovely people. John Bute, and then his son, Johnny Dumfries, who was the racing driver, the Earl of Dumfries, who became the Marquis, and I believe is sadly no longer with us. Mount Stuart House, what a stunning place that is, and Dumfries House. Are you in the Highlands, Scottie? No, I'm down in the lower nether regions on the west coast. So there we are, not far from Glasgow. Hey, Scottie, hey, Walls. Do you have any advice for Valentine's Day for single people? Yes, go dancing. Absolutely, go dancing. Or get yourself some chocolates. What was the best radio station you were on? Gordon. They were all magnificent stations. You look at them. Radio Clyde, Radio Forth, Scott FM, Top 107, L107. Do you know? All that sort of stuff. I mean, great stations. Hallam FM, Radio City in Liverpool, Manchester, huge, huge stations. The Midlands, Nottingham, Century in Newcastle. Great, great big stations. All doing well. Hello, Scottie. Hello there. Do you think Trump will make Palestine into Las Vegas? Well, Charlie, the only problem I've got is when something's been bombed to bits, there's always a lottery for who's going to get the rebuild contract. But so many people have lost their lives. I don't think the whole thing should be plain sailing. Now, there's talk of ethnic cleansing, but to what extent would the Palestinian people actually be happier with the backing of a full Arab country? You see? But, I mean, obviously Israel's been pushing towards the sea since 1948, And my father used to say, I remember the 1968 war breaking out, and my father said, there's been no peace in that land for 2,000 years. And he was right. My father was a man of vast, huge wisdom, a very humble man and a quietly spoken man with an outstanding World War II record, Paratrooper, dropped in as a young man to all these theatres of war, very, very dangerous, defending the bridge at 9. Megan sent off to Holland, to Norway, to regain the airport at Sola Airfield, out to India for guard duty when India had serious security problems. All these sort of things, and then ending up in Hiroshima. Oh my goodness, I've just posted, you'll see it in the videos, I posted a picture of Hiroshima just after the bomb had dropped. Opinions on Kilmacombe. I adore Kilmacombe, Nathan. I was very sorry when they took the rail service away, because when I was a wee boy, you could get a train at Princess Pier in Greenock, and it would take you up to Kilmacombe. And then I think it took you to Bridge of Weir, to Canal Street, Paisley, and it would take you. I remember them sitting at Glasgow Central Station, the wee train with Kilmacombe written on it. Was it a diesel? Of course, the other two famous Scottish racing guys were Eddie Irvine, good one, and Ayrton Centre. Ayrton Centre. Opinions on the rugby this week? Very, very good. Some very great rugby. I used to play myself. Have you worked with Ken Bruce? No, but I know Ken personally. I first met Ken. He joined Radio Scotland in 1979. I think that was right. And Ken used to also do television announcing. Marvellous broadcaster and a lovely person. Absolutely delightful man. In fact, I just sent him good wishes the other day. I think it was his birthday. And he always comes back to me. Remember going, Dinky-Doo, Ken? And he went, Dinky-Doo, Scotty. So there we are. And of course, a wonderful man. I remember him going to London. He used to do a morning programme on Radio Scotland's always been a star. And when I was doing my university thesis, I can remember working in the big room as we called it, in the flat in Maryhill, and I was listening to Ken Bruce and just falling about with laughter. Just so clever. I tell you. There we go. Greetings, Sir Scotty. Greetings. Very true. We need a Scots vote soon. Indy will never happen in your lifetime. Why do you say that? I mean, I'm obviously no longer a spring chicken, but I could actually, put a case for India right now. Nothing to do with politics, to do with economics. And it just needs somebody to actually go and, maybe meet up with Donald Trump and say, Scotland, we're in a union at the moment with Westminster, but it's not a union of equals, and we wondered if you could offer us a better deal. Could you imagine? So there you go. So don't be too sure. One of them was Gordon Brown, the one that was objecting. Go on, Scotty lad. Yes, the Cameron lies, Scotty, I tell you. Well said, Scotty, correct. What currency will Indy Scott use? Well, that's very, very, very simple. We could use sterling. There isn't actually anything to stop us. Or we could use a currency pegged to sterling. I think we should give the euro a wide berth. And Ireland did this up until about 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago. I can't remember when Ireland changed, but they used to have the pund, or the punt. And they had a great setup going in Ireland. I can remember being in Ireland and saying to the lady that owned the hotel, could you give me some sterling? I said, yes, I can only give you 1 for 1. Is that all right? And of course, she was doing very well out of the deal. See, what people don't know is that in 1707, with all the jiggery, pokery, bribery and corruption that launched the union of Scotland and England, Queen Anne, up to all sorts of jiggery, pokery and skullduggery and bribery and corruption, because the aristos were in need of silver, so she sort of she got Scotland for about 2.5k, I think, if you tot it up. She was offering bribes of maybe a fiver and stuff like that. So it was crazy, crazy stuff. And when it finally came to getting the two economic setups together, the economic union, they had to seriously devalue Scotland's currency so that it would 1 for 1 with the the English pound, the pound Scots. So we could go back to the pound Scots. We might end up using the dollar, you never know. Dinky-Doo, my friend, it's Robert Overby from San Antonio, Texas. I hope you're well. We love having you with us, Robert, from San Antonio in Texas. Hi, Scottie Dinky-Doo. Scottie, long time no see. How have you been? Scottie for president. Thank you, Sparkles. Scottie for president, says Shane. Shane, you're very kind. Had Alex Salmond lived, I would have loved to have seen him as the president of Scotland. You know, he shouldn't really have gone in 2014. I think he should have said, well, look, we didn't get it this time, but we can try again maybe next year. Or maybe we'll give it 3 years, you know. Hi, Dinky-Doo, back to Edinburgh. Dinky-Doo, Samis. Do you think Saudi Arabia should buy Scotland? No, I'm not sure that Scotland wants to become an Arab state from that point of view. I think that, I think probably America would be a better offer. There is Europe, but Europe's in a bit of a shambles. I was very, very, very much against Brexit because it's caused, you know, economic annihilation, really. Let's have it straight. And it cost us 250 billion quid for very little in exchange. But I don't know about going back into Europe, because Europe used to be an economic union, a market. So it was like the big market, and we had a seat at the table. And the problem we've got now is that it's become a political union, and they're all kind of stabbing each other in the back. So we might be better clear of Europe, I can say. But Westminster needs to get its act together with Scotland. Scrap that, what do you call it, Barnett formula. That's just a lot of nonsense. And if we're supposed to be a union of equals, I was just thinking, why not we get 50% of each other's income each? And that might save Scotland from saying, we're looking elsewhere. So there we go. I'll tell you. Johnny Dumfriestein, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Now, what do we got here? Celtic, 6-0. Is there football on at the moment? Connor says, Scottie, do you play or watch darts? I've only once played darts. It was a friend of mine who showed me how to play, and then I beat him. I said, is that a high score? Oh, yeah. You're a darts man, Scottie. Guys, has everybody followed us? There's a wee video there. Dave says, thoughts on Alex Salmond Press. Dave, we've just done that. You must have joined us a bit later. That's why if you see Scottie McClue up, stick with it. Never, ever go away. Right? Very important. It was 1967, the Six-Day War. Yeah, but did we not have something in 68 as well? It was 67, you're right. And I mean, the Argylls were out in Palestine. You know, the British general, I knew the British general who was the last Governor General of Palestine. Greetings from Gordon and Oliver, who's actually asleep, but I know he'd want to say hello. Gordon, how lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Scottie, I've got a sore head. Can you be silent? I can't be silent, Dave. You'll have to just scroll away and go and nurse your head. You know, what's caused your sore head? God bless you, Scottie Bahoy. And you, Chrissy Bahoy, our girl. I say, hail, hail. Port Glasgow, says Chrissy. We love the port of Glasgow, Chrissy. They are not Arab Jews in Israel. They all come from Europe. Well, of course, that was the Exodus, wasn't it? 1948. They blew up the King David Hotel. And in fact, Colin Mitchell of the Argylls was there at the time the Argylls were in Jerusalem in 1948, and Colin got wounded. Shocking. I mean, that sort of stuff. I wish people would realise that this terror carry-on never, ever, 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 ever solves anything. My granddad was at El Alamein and Monte Casino. Peter, I know them well. And the Argylls, of course, I think were at Monte Casino as well. I want to come home, says Chrissy. I know, Chrissy, darling. You miss it. You hear Scottie McClue talking, and you think, I want to go home. Lockerbie with Colin Firth, did you watch it? Thoughts on all the conspiracies? Jamie, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment, but I'm a huge fan of Colin Firth as an actor, and I remember Lockerbie so clearly. In fact, I owe somebody an apology because I was saying Lockerbie was 85 when it was 88. I've just got a new flag of the UK. This one's got the Welsh dragon in the middle. Scotmas, good luck with selling that, I can tell you. So there we go. Now then, what else have we got here? I've just got, oh yes, we just Princess Pier Line trains originally ran to St Enoch. Yes, they did. You're absolutely right. And from St Enoch you could go to the borders. But the Kilmacombe train was still running from Glasgow latterly, and I don't know where it would end up when it was going from Glasgow through Kilmacombe. I don't really know where it stopped. I tell you, Sparricles, do not say a word against Mr. Trump. This man might save the world. Just give the man a chance and then we shall see. We'll talk in 4 years. Grangemouth have got their marching orders red-carded. That's shocking, Charlie, because, Scotland should start producing oil again and coal. We shouldn't have any deficiency in power. There's been a wee mess there, I think. Is it snowing on your laptop? It might well be. I know everything, says Chrissy. Well, Chrissy, you've got a huge advantage on the rest of us. I can tell you. How amazing is that? So there we go. Scotland for me. Bring on the Indy. Scottie for First Minister. I might do a stint for you, but I'm not really a political animal, as you well know. I'm apolitical, but I might stand on an economic ticket. There we go. Trump would make Scotland Las Vegas. Oh dear, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? Gordon says, Ken Bruce, Charles Nove, Peter Easton, 10 p.m. to midnight show on Radio Scotland 1978. Well, Radio Scotland, did it not just come in 79, Gordon? Or was that the new one? There's user 112. He says, Scottie, no clue. Half-witted idiot. He's got to go. So, guys, can you say bye-bye to user 112? There we are, a knower of nothing. Gone. That's the stuff. Right, so that's it. So he should have gone, I think, with a bit of luck. Has everybody followed? Will Greenland join America? They're saying no, I think. Loved Alec, great guy. I tell you. Sad for Sweden today, absolutely. Now then, Lulu won the Eurovision. Yes, she did. They're Guyland Southern Highlanders, Cruachan the Pony. Lovely. I think they're on to Cruachan. Is it Cruachan 4 now? You still see Cruachan, and I think it's 5th Scots, is it? The Balaclava Company, the old Argylls. I tell you. It's good old Scottie. It is indeed, Till. I think it's time I wasn't here, guys. What's the time? Oh my goodness me. Right, has everybody followed? Why on earth would you not follow Scottie McClue? I don't understand. I tell you. Watch all the videos and share, 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 share. What's your thoughts on the Trump tariffs? Well, he's certainly waking everybody up, and he's going to get them to do business. And we like that, because politics have been sadly, sadly neglected for years and years and years. And the rest of us are suffering terribly. The man in the street, you and me, we're having a terrible time. So we're needing somebody in that goes, yep, we'll get the tariffs. I think what all the political leaders should do is take their nod, take their steer from Donald Trump. That's the thing. Scottie, do you support a football team? Well, I like the Manchester United and the Morton, the Greenock Morton. Hello from Gourock. Hello, Scotch eggs. We love Gourock. It'll be blowy tonight, is it not? Does it calm down? Fine part of the world, Gourock. Fine part of the world. A place I adore to this day. Right, I think we're going to have to go, guys. It's a bit blowy. Absolutely, I would have thought it would be. There's Ronnie, 1888. Guys, have you all followed me? Everybody get following as soon as you possibly can. This is just amazing. There we go. Now, wait a minute. There's Martin. Can you see me? Yes, I can, Martin. I'm just going to give you a love there. Sorry I'm late, says Sandy. Sandy, you should never be late now. Come on. A fit man like you. There we go. Newcastle are also playing Arsenal. Well, what's that got to do with the people of Scotland? Hello, Scottie. Hello. There we are, sending everybody a wee hello and a wee love. Is that not excellent? There we go. Used to listen to you in Hallam years ago. Aye, thank you. Fantastic. Now then, Scottie, are you from Auchinleck? Auchinleck in Ayrshire? No, but I know Auchinleck, and I know Cumnock. Oh, that's a new Cumnock. Excellent stuff. And I can even go down as far as Sankar. A Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo. We love Ayrshire. Tarbolton. Yes, excellent stuff. Thank you and good night. You too, Gordon. Always a privilege, never a chore, you beautiful, beautiful people. Make sure, what I'll do is, we'll chop up the video for you so you've got bits and pieces just after this live cast. Wonderful stuff. 3 more minutes for you and then we go. I might even give you the goodbye song. Who's not followed? I can see who's not followed. Get following, guys. Everybody should be following Scottie McClue. It just makes complete sense. That's what I would say to you. Now, who else have we got? Carly Dinky-Doo, I tell you. Hello, Jay. Always good to hear from you, Jay. Yes, I have. There we are. Nighty, sleep well. You too, Scotch eggs, Dinky-Doo. Right, I'm going to sing the song. Are we ready? After 2. 2. Goodbye, everybody, goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. See you guys. Remember, you're from Hallam FM, says Carol. You too, Carol. Scottie, my man. Hello, Dinky-Doo, Scottish in the US of A. Stick out your tongues, guys, and say ta-ta. Are we ready? Ta-ta. Beautiful people. And what can I say to the gorgeous people here except stick out your tongue and say ta-ta? We've got about 30 seconds to do this in. Okay, are you ready? Right. After 2, 2. Pa-pa. Are you ready?